Guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Morgan, and today I figured for St. Patrick's Day we could do a video of my favorite green shades in my eyeshadow palettes. I'm not very festive today, I do apologize, but yeah, let's just get right into it. The first one I'm going to talk about is from Batty Bean and Shroud. It's Frickin' Bats. There's a few actually in here that I want to talk about. The one, I'm trying to not to blind you, okay. So the one that I was originally thinking of is this one, Sam, because I just love these shades. You're going to tell in the rest of the palettes, but I love the like silvery greens, like the shimmers that almost verge on a neutral, but they're still green. So I really like that, and it's just really, really bright. I also like this one that's almost like a Grinch green, as well as this like pukey green over here. Mostly this palette, honestly, I use like this color, that color, and this color, but I need to use these two as well because I love those greens as well. The next one is this from ColourPop. This is the original Mandalorian, the Child palette, which looks like this. And again, as I just mentioned, the silvery greens, I really like this one right here. But I also like to use this one and this one. I like this one because it's like a sage color, so you can make nice like minty looks without it being too blue, and then that goes well with it as well. But then I also like these sort of ones because they're, yet again, they're not neutral, but they're like a green neutral, if that makes any sense. But I like it. It almost reminds me of bronze, but like green, so it's a lot more like suitable for someone like me where I don't like to wear like neutral tones as much. So yeah, this is like my bronze look, if that makes any sense. I don't know if anyone can relate to that, but that's what I think of. This is the Subculture palette. This is like the original green palette in my opinion, at least in my head. I'm sure everyone knows what this looks like, but I really like this shade. It's pretty sheer, honestly, but it's like my first introduction into duochromes, and honestly I don't have really that many other duochromes, so yeah. And then I also like this shade, even though it can get pretty muddy, but honestly, like if I'm looking for a shade like this, like I'm pulling off the Subculture palette, I'm looking for something to be kind of muddy, which again might be weird, but this is just a grungy palette, and muddy tones to me are also grungy. Like, you can make a grungy look and all the shades are muddy, but it looks intentional. So that's why I feel like this shade goes well with the whole palette, but also just like the vibe I'm looking for if I get this palette out. Next, we have the Anastasia Beverly Hills Neuro palette. I really like this palette, and I have two shades that I'm going to talk about. One of them is this right here, which honestly I don't know if that's considered green or not, or if it's just like silver, but there's that. And then also we have this one, Hope, which is one of those like bronzy gold green shades that I was talking about. So I just like those two a lot. And this palette just in general, like even besides the greens, I love to grab this palette and just like, if I need something quick, this is the palette. Especially like I love this shade here. Belle, literally any of these shades like are perfect for just like a one shadow look. So I like this palette, and I need to remember to use it more, but yeah. Next I have the Ace Beauté Oceanic palette. I don't even know if there's still like a company or what's going on, but the palette looks like this, and of course I love the shade Jellyfish because again it kind of reminds me of that like neutrally greenish shade, but it's a little more green than neutral. And then this one, Mykonos, is like my go-to for Christmas time. Like this is like all over the lid. I love it. With my green lip is like, or my green lip, my red lip. Not that I'm against having a green lip. I just don't have one right now. But I also really like this one down here because this one's a little bit more like neutral green, you know? And then this is just a bright green to go with it. And then also I like this to pair with that. So this palette's just full of beautiful greens. Next, for a little bit more of a classy green, we have the Natasha Denona Retro Glam palette. I think my boyfriend got this for me for some occasion. I think my birthday, maybe. But it looks like this, and I love this one up here for all over the lid. That is obviously my crease shade. I just use it all the time, blend it out with that, and then that is an inner corner shade, and I feel like I can just make like the most classy green, like sage green looks with this palette. And overall, I need to use this palette more, but those are like the main shades that I use in the palette. But yeah, I love the vibes of this palette though, like pink and green. Definitely my go-tos. I love pink, green, and the color purple more right now is my favorite, but that's kind of my vibes. And this is an old palette. This is the Deuce by Juvia's Place. And then of course that minty shade. I always forget about this palette, but I really need to use it more. But like minty shades, I don't know, I really just need to use them more. I love how like they're cool toned, but it's also pop of color, and I don't know, I enjoy it. It's like a shade of green that I need to get more into, you know. I don't even know what this is. The Michaela palette? I have no idea. I honestly, like, I think I know her controversies and stuff, and, like, I never watched her. I don't really care to watch her or whatever. It's not even about the person. I literally just bought this without knowing anything about her just because of, like, the freaking shades in here. Like, look how pretty this is. This is so pretty. And there's so many greens to mention in here. So, like, first of all, this green up here, beautiful. That green, beautiful. I like that this is, like, a goldy green. I like these few greens here. I've also used those a lot at Christmas time. Those are honestly like the main shades that I reach for in this palette. I don't think I've ever used any of these purples. I really need to though. Like I need to reach for this for the purples. So I need to remember to do that. But yeah, this is also like extra. Like I kind of like it, but I've also like heard of people's popping. I hope not. And then last but not least, the Pastel Dreams by Give Me Glow. Their quality is like incredible. And of course, they have these two minty greens down here. Absolutely gorgeous. Is that like a duochrome? I'm sorry I'm blinding you like the entire time when I'm doing that. But like, beautiful. Now that video was pretty quick, but I just figured I would show you my favorite green eyeshadows in my collection. St. Patrick's Day is this week, and I just love green in general. Like not even for St. Patrick's Day, I just figured it was like a good time to post this. But in general, I feel like I wear green quite a lot, so it is one of my top 3 colors. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed my video, and I will see you in next one. Bye guys!